talking about power demand, how do you actually view modularity?
Well, one of the things we're trying to recommend to our customers or to people generally within a data center is to design for demand in the data center. So you actually have to look at your power demand and scale with your power demand. So looking very closely at your actual power demand rather than having an initial capex outlay of designing for your peak demand, which you may get to, you may never actually get to. So rather than going for that, it's actually to monitor and closely follow and scale with your demand. Now, modularity ties in and flexibility ties in very, very closely with that, because you could use, for example, modular scalable UPSs to actually scale with your power demand in the data center.
Modularity, I think, from what I've seen, can mean so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on modularity, and how do you think the data center industry should view it from a power perspective?
Well, from a power perspective, it's exactly that. It's provision of power as per your demand. So if you have, for example, a high density area of your data center, you can put in a modular scalable UPS for your power quality. And then from that, you can grow and pay as you grow and develop the strategy with your needs.
Do you think this is becoming even more relevant now with CRC and with a lot of the things governments around the world looking at?
Yep, absolutely. That's one thing we're looking at closely as well. We've got, with the carbon reduction commitment, with the there's some quotes out there that most of, or I think it's 82% of executives are expecting some form of legislation over the next 5 years. We all know it's coming, and we've got to closely monitor and plan for that, really.
Mm-hmm. So as far as looking at modularity in regards to power, how much are you seeing the industry actually taking notice of issues around this, or calling for technologies that meet?
Well, I think the issues in the power issues in the data center are quite well known today. So we've got several issues. That the cost of power is actually providing a glass ceiling for most data centers. We've also got the issue that most data centers they're either running out of power, or they've reached a point where they're limited by the amount of power they've got available. So there's a couple of things there. Is making it more efficient use of your power, and actually being able to use the available power more efficiently, basically.
So hypothetically, what do you think the future of this area, modular power provision, is going to be?
I think that the future is that data center managers will need to monitor very, very closely their power needs. For new data centers, they'll need to plan very, very carefully for their power needs, and they'll need to scale their power demand for their power needs and follow it very, very closely. So if you have any large jumps in your actual power consumption or your power needs, you need to be able to provide for it. You don't want to be caught short. That's obviously the key thing. No business wants to be caught without the power they need to be able to run the business. But the future, I think, is the measurement, the understanding of your power demands, be able to follow that very, very closely and match the power provision very, very closely to it. I think that's coupled with the efficient technologies that are now in play today as well, and actually making more out of the power that you've got available.